How's the squad looking after the game a couple of days ago?
It's pretty much the same as what we had the other night. There's one or two issues, bit of illness, bit of injury update later on this morning for the physio, but we should be as strong as we were the other night against Montrose.
Now the dust has settled on that game, how do you reflect on it? It's not the result or the performance like the team would have wanted?
No, it's not. Obviously you're going to a lower league club. We controlled all of the game, but without really hammering home the advantage that we had in terms of possession. So we're disappointed with that. We're not going to sit here and celebrate the fact that we'd lion's share of possession against a lower league team. We should be doing better. We know that. We've looked at the video, we've looked at things and how we need to address it in training, although you've only got a short turnaround, but we'll certainly be looking to try and not put things right, but make things a little bit better tomorrow in terms of chances created and goals scored.
Yeah, is that the important thing even at the early stages of this season, is going out and showing a bit of a reaction to what happened the other night? Yeah,
I'm not sure it's a reaction, because when we look back at the game as a whole, there was large chunks of it. I say we controlled it, but without really penetrating and hurting them as much as we would like to. So it's not a case of, okay, that was a terrible result and performance. Obviously we know it wasn't a good result. We get the positive reaction in the penalties, which we thought were 5 excellent penalties, and one great save from our goalkeeper. Possibly he could have made another one. So there's also that reaction from a disappointing end to the game, and then to go and show the character to then get the 5 penalties was really pleasing.
Stuart said the other night that he feels the squad is short up front, obviously with the departure of Theo and the money coming in there. Is there progress being made in trying to bring someone in that department?
Yeah, I think there is. We say short in terms of numbers. We've added, like, Zach Robinson's came in, Moses was in last year, and whether we go with different shapes with these guys in, or we stick to the shape that we've been playing throughout the pre-season and last season, but they're good players, but we feel number-wise we could do with another body at least to go up there and help the guys.
Do you feel that could get done sooner rather than...
We hope so, we're hopeful. We've still got a few weeks left, and you try to get someone in to then gel them in with the squad and get them up to a level of fitness as quickly as we possibly can, so hopefully it can be done quite quickly.
The manager spoke on Tuesday maybe about the group having sort of varying levels of fitness just with the injuries you've maybe carried. How do you work with that and trying to get them up to sort of an even balance of fitness across the squad when you are dealing with maybe 5 or 6 guys who are all in?
Well, that's the thing, and they're coming back from injury and you're having to be careful. Maybe can't do a full session, it's only partial training, so some are come through the whole pre-season, played all the minutes that they possibly can in the games, and there's ones, as you say, that are coming back from injury. So it's a balancing act, and then when you put them into a game, whether it's against Montrose, Clyde, Partick Thistle, whoever it may be, you're wanting to make sure that they're at a level that they can go and perform. But it is at the minute, it's a wee bit difficult because one or two that have picked up wee injuries in Holland, and even since we've come back, picked up an injury or two. So it's trying to make sure we get these guys up to speed as quickly as we possibly can.
Have you had to adapt with the pre-season training or anything like that? Because it's obviously been the injuries played a part last season as well in terms of the amount you were carrying.
No, we actually mirrored last season's pre-season, because we felt, when we look back to the start we made in the league campaign especially, we felt that we were at a level that we were really fit. And we pretty much followed that to the letter. We've picked up a couple of injuries, 1 or 2 have been contact injuries and different things. It's not as if it's been overuse or overtraining, so we've been happy with the way the pre-seasons went. Disappointed we've lost these players obviously, but I think we need to train at an intensity and a level that tries to make the players robust, but also makes us good enough as a team fitness-wise to go and compete for a full season.
We're going to be speaking to Aston just shortly. How impressed have you been? Obviously not seen a lot of him on the pitch, but behind the scenes, how has he been in the dressing room when he perhaps hasn't had the minutes he would probably want?
I think it's always an impressive thing at a football club with goalkeepers. I mean, he sat as number 2 the full season, and I think that makes your number 1 better if he's such a good character like Aston is. Really nice lad, focused, and I've been really impressed with him off the pitch, but certainly on it. With limited game time to see him in, and I thought the other night he handled himself really well. He gives us that stature and that presence, as does Christian. So we've got a nice problem we have with 2 quality goalkeepers who the manager's explained the situation in terms of the cup competition, in terms of their game time, so both are vying to be number 1, but Aston's been very impressive.
The money brought in for Theo, does that give you a bit more freedom in the transfer market in terms of being able to go out and spend a bit of money, pay a fee for a player?
Well, sorry, it's me sitting here. The manager will be the best place to answer that question. We hope so. You know, it's. I think it's a great bit of business for the football club when you look at the work that's went into Theo. And the amount of money that's been muted that he's went for. We'd hope to see some of that to bring in someone to replace him and enhance the squad.
Is that the type of thing you can point to, you know, potential options, players coming in and say, you know, look what we've been able to do with Theo, he's come in, maybe wasn't at the best point in his career, but he's, you know, completely turned it around at Motherwell, he's gone for a big fee, now we've moved on to a top 5 league. Is that the type of thing that you can say to players when you're trying to attract them to Motherwell?
100%. 100%. It's a thing that we work on actually, especially with the quality we've got in an analysis team, the stuff that these guys put together. We keep it for ourselves, but we can also send it to clubs if we're trying to get a player on loan. It shows the work that we go on with these players, and also to be prospective strikers that or any player that are looking to join a football club that they might not be well aware of who we are. It's a fantastic selling point for us when you look at even the success of Mikael Biereth to go and now be signed at Sturm Graz. We believe we played a small part in that with the platform that we gave him, and Theo's is testament to the whole thing. Really, really struggling at St Johnstone, came in, scores the goals, and he's now moved for well over £1 million. So I think it's a brilliant selling point.
Have you sort of worked one-to-one with Theo during his time here, and is that something that continues with the other strikers that he's bringing to the building?
All me. All of it was me. No, everyone has, and the manager especially, and everyone's played a part in his overall team play, but there's been a lot of individual sessions with Theo on the pitch. I said there about the manager, I've worked with him at bits, but certainly the analysis teams, Ross, Clarkson and Graham MacArthur, the work that they've put in off the pitch, and Theo was like a sponge. He would be in there all the time, and we're trying to say that to the rest of the squad, and they've already seen it with even like guys like Zach Robinson, young Davor. They're in all the time at the analysis team just looking for ways that they can improve, and then we try and take that on to the training pitch. So we believe that's something that we work on tirelessly is the individual session rather than just the team stuff.